5 things a man must do to change his life. What's going on YouTube? It's Keon. First time making a video for the channel, The Champion's Code. What we're gonna do with this channel is pretty much, I know a lot of people feel unmotivated and they really don't know where to go. Like, it's easy to get lost in life as a man, but a lot of people don't have people to hold them accountable and tell them what to do and what not to do, and ultimately just help them be a better version of themselves. See, as a man, I think it's another man's job to help other men, if that makes sense. So I feel like every man is supposed to share what he learned. Like, as a man, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't share my knowledge and my wisdom and my 21 years of living with someone who could use it, whether they were younger than me or whether they were older than me. So really what this channel is gonna be is like a stepping stone for all men to come here. It's a safe place. Y'all can go in the comments, y'all can say what y'all need to say, y'all can get whatever y'all need to off y'all chest, and I'm gonna be here. And y'all know me, I'm not Hollywood, I'm not famous, so I respond to everybody as fast as I can, or as soon as I can, should I say. But 5 things a man must do to change his life. Let's get into this video. So for number 1, we're gonna have to take responsibility. I think that as a man, one of the biggest things you could do is take responsibility. And what that means is believing that you are in control of your life. Stop saying, oh, I did this or he did this to me. It's all about you. It's all about the decisions you made that ultimately led you where you are. See, when you go talk to another man, it's always about what somebody did to him or what somebody didn't do for him. It's never about what you did for yourself and what you didn't do for yourself. If you look at yourself, let's say the last 5 years, if you look at your life in the last 5 years and you see you're not where you want to be, it's easy to blame somebody else. That's the easy thing to do. It's hard to look in the mirror and be like, I'm not where I want to be because of me. Like, it's way harder to sit there and realize to yourself that you've been playing yourself, that you've been bullshitting, procrastinating, worrying about things that don't matter. This sunset looks beautiful, so I'm gonna keep looking over this way. But it's real easy to blame somebody else for your mistakes, for your flaws. Stop blaming other people and start taking responsibility. Start thinking to yourself, this is what I could do different. This is what I could work on. This is what could make me a better version of me. And until you start thinking like that, you're not gonna ever be able to call yourself a man. Let's get into our number 2. Number 2, master discipline. See, I still struggle with this myself because I know I'm supposed to be working. I know I'm supposed to be editing pictures. I know I'm supposed to be making a video, but I'm playing a game. I know I'm supposed to be going out with the guys and working, but I'm playing a game. You know what I mean? I know that I was supposed to get ready to go get something from my child so my mother or my child won't trip on me, but I'm playing a game. I'm hooping. I'm doing things that don't matter. You know what I mean? I gotta stay locked in on the plan. I gotta stay locked in on the goal. A plan without execution is a dream. It's a dream. You can't get to where you wanna be if you got a plan, but you don't have discipline to get to that plan. You know what I mean? Write that plan down. Have achievable steps. Make that plan measurable. How can you measure if that plan is going accordingly? If you can't do that, you might be thinking too small. You might have to go above the horizon, get your brain right, you know what I mean? Master discipline, lock into yourself. You might have to do that. You might have to, and it's hard. Like, discipline hard, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a young guy, you know what I mean? Fresh out of school, discipline hard. It's hard. It's so much stuff that you could do easy. It's so much stuff that's convenient to get into. But discipline is saying, I shouldn't be doing this until I do this. I shouldn't be doing this until I achieve this. You going out partying, but you know you need to be working. You want to start a business, but you out partying every weekend. You don't got no discipline. How you gonna grow without discipline? You can't. You can't. You gonna try, you gonna fail. Until you lock in and decide for yourself, I see myself growing, I see myself here, I see myself doing this. And you start taking the discipline, you start taking responsibility, you start using discipline, you start taking action on your plan. You're not gonna be where you wanna be. You're not gonna get to where you wanna go. You gotta lock in. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is, ooh, I like this one. Fix your environment. Fix your environment. Let me tell you why I like this one. You can be a diamond in the dirt. You know what I mean? You could be a gem amongst nothing. But you will never be able to shine until you fix your environment. You gotta change your environment. You gotta change your surroundings. If you look at your closest friends and you realize that's not who you want to be like, or you realize, yeah, this my guy, but if it was somebody else, we ain't had history, I wouldn't hang with him. Just don't hang with him. You know what I mean? I don't even say cut them off. You ain't gotta necessarily cut them off, but just limit how you around them. You know what I mean? Limit how you around them. Start to boss yourself up. Start to become what you want to be. Start to envision your life a different way. You gotta start with yourself first to change your environment. Let's talk about that. Let's go back on the first 2. You gotta change yourself before you can change your environment. You can't get into certain environments or get into certain rooms if you don't work on yourself. You gotta be who you say you is. Then you can get into them rooms. If you wanna bring people in them rooms with you, you gotta work, they gotta see it, and sometimes they gonna copy it, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gonna rub off on them a little bit. If not, they not for you, and you gotta be ready for that. If somebody show you that they're not for you, or you feel like somebody is not for you, you gotta be ready for that. See, I believe in God. And I believe that God works in mysterious ways. So with that being said, God might be removing somebody from your life, but you being stubborn, you being hard-headed, you won't let God cut them out of your life. You know what that's gonna do with you? That's gonna bring you down. That's gonna bring you down. You might have a blessing on the way, you might be on your way up, but because you can't cut this person off, or because you feel like you can't do without this person, you're gonna stay down. You're gonna stay down. You're gonna stay at the bottom. You know what I mean? You're gonna stay at the bottom. You vision, you sleep, you dream every night, and you see yourself at the top. But because you can't cut a person off, you're gonna stay at the bottom with them. So you gotta realize, do I love this person more than I love my dreams? Do I love this person more than I love myself? And if the answer is no, you know what it's time to do. Number 4, control your emotions. Control your emotions. We starting to become men, right? And it's the one thing about a man. I believe in stoicism. And I've been trying to get into it, but you know, it takes time, it's a process. Let me use myself as an example. So I was raised with mostly women. Majority of my family is women. So as a man, let's say as a boy, it was easy picking up on some of their traits. You know what I mean? Being petty, complaining, nagging. You know what I mean? Like, just different things that weren't man tendencies. It was easy to pick up on them. It's hard as a man trying to unlearn them. You know what I mean? Trying to change them. You gotta control your emotions. There is nothing worse in the world than an emotional man, because there's no telling what he'll do or say. Let's put that in there too. Let's say, because some people don't do, they just talk. But even when you talk, it's power in your words. So sometimes when people say certain things to you, it's not like you can just be like, oh, nah, like it is what it is. You gotta stand on that, you know what I mean? And you don't gotta react. You don't gotta react. You don't gotta go out here and do nothing crazy. You don't gotta go out here and say nothing crazy. Just lock in. Take a mental note, you know what I mean? Take a mental note. And forgive them. Forgive them too. It ain't gonna do nothing to hold no grudge. So forgive them. But at that same time, just know you would look at him and like let that person be your example. This person haven't controlled their emotions. It's only so much you can do with a person who can't control their emotions. Let's talk about it. You can do whatever you want. If they cannot control their emotions, you can't do nothing. At the end of the day, you are only you. You're not them. So whatever they do, you are not really in control. You can be in control a little bit, but not really. And another big thing too about controlling your emotions. Emotions is kind of a weird thing because it can be something that's so small, but to you it's so big. You know what I mean? And just because it's big don't mean you gotta get disrespectful. It don't mean you gotta start doing all the cussing. It don't mean you gotta start doing all the acting out. It don't mean you gotta start being super petty for no reason. All it means is you felt some type of way about it. Now, what really shows your character is how you react. How do you react? How do you react? Do you cuss them out? Do you tell them you're gonna do things to them that are ungodly? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? If somebody can say something crazy to you, and let's not say go for it, because we don't tolerate disrespect over here, but at the same time, you gotta be so in control of your emotions, so stoic, that whatever they say is just like a brush off the shoulder. Now, we're not gonna forget. We're not just gonna turn our cheek and not hear what they said, but at the end of the day, we're not reacting off of words. We're not reacting off of things that's not making us greater. As a man, it's your job to stay in control of your emotions and control the ones around you as well. Or control your emotions so you can make the people around you be better. Little things that you do rub off on other people. So if it's something that you do that rub off on another person, that's great. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. You want to be a man. As a man, you should be able to bring energy to a room, light up a room when you walk in. And that, you'll be surprised like how that starts from just controlling your emotions, having conversations, being able to conversate with people and not being a bot. Build something greater than yourself. What does that mean? That means have purpose. What do I mean by have purpose? Find passion. Oh. Find passion. Find something that you are passionate about. The moment you find something that you are passionate about, it's like you find a love. Let's talk about it. Most men go out here and sleep with lots of women to find love. And it's not necessarily love, it's the feeling of love. The feeling of quick lust. You know what I mean? It's so soothing. Like, you know, I call up one of my friends or whatever, and this ain't no shade towards nobody, but let's just talk about past tense. I called up one of my friends and he told me how he slept with so-and-so and so-and-so. But at the end of the day, that did nothing for him. You know what I mean? Let me tell you what did do something for him. When he decided he didn't want to be a scrub no more. When he realized he didn't want to not have a car no more. When he realized he didn't want to walk to work no more. When he realized he actually seen something in himself that was bigger than himself. When God started to show him who he was, he didn't ignore the call, he answered the call. And when he answered the call, it was kind of weird watching him because he became a different person. How he talked, how he walked, how he smelled, just the little things. It was the little things that was so noticeable that kind of made it big, if that makes sense. It was like small things that you would think really don't matter, that really matter, and it really put him to a position of now, you know what I mean? He's one of them people where he walk in the room and people want to introduce themselves to him. And I'm proud of him for that. I'm so proud of him for that. Because at some point, I remember we was scraping up change to go out to eat, you know what I mean? We was breaking $2 off trying to eat from McDonald's. Like, what you about to get from McDonald's for $2? But until he answered that call and found something bigger than himself, found a passion that he loves, and found something that he think he can do for the rest of his life, that he know he can do for the rest of his life. He wasn't nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. We was chilling every day. He was stepping out every day. He was sleeping with new shorties every day. You know what I mean? And now you go and talk to him and you ask him, how was that? You know what I mean? You had them conversations with the guys about what y'all was doing previously, and it's like, how was that? And you know what he tell you? I regret it. I wish I never did none of that. I wish I locked in when I was younger. And he can't go back in the past and change it. So at the end of the day, we ain't reminiscing on the past too much because you can always change the future. But he would tell you, I wish I locked in. I wish I locked in. And I asked him, why you wish you locked in? He said, because if I knew what I knew now, back then, we'd probably be out of here already. We'd probably be great already. Now, don't get me wrong, we still young. I'm only 21. But still, what he was saying was he feel like he would be further in his career. He feel like he would have changed his environment a lot sooner. He would have made better decisions a lot sooner. He would have got his credit up while he was young, so when he older, he could have already bought a house, you know what I mean? He could have already been stable enough to take care of a family. He could have already been where he wanted to be, where he see himself. Now I gotta get out of here, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for tuning into this video. Like, subscribe. I don't know, man. I just feel some type of way. I got butterflies in my stomach. when I pull this camera out, I get nervous because it's just like, I feel like a million people watching me. Even if they hate, I just feel like it. Champions Code, man. I'm gonna call y'all champs. The Champ Nation. We could call y'all Champ Nation. Feel me? Whatever y'all want. But definitely stay tuned to these videos, man. We gonna have these coming out consistently. I really just want to build better men. As a man myself, it ain't nothing I want to see more in this world than another man winning. I swear. It's enough money out here for all of us. It's enough opportunities out here for all of us. As long as you apply yourself, keep God first. Everything else fall under that. You look at the Bible and you look at the household. The household is set. God, man, women, children. Let's say that again. God, man, woman, children. Keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. When y'all feel like something ain't going y'all way and y'all wondering what can y'all change or what could change the scenario, just remember, you could change the scenario. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.